Hi everyone, Angela here. To make this skinny pouch, print out the pattern at 100% letter size and check with the 1-inch square. Carefully cut out the template, including the 2 small notches in the center, and also cut out the 2 other pattern pieces. You'll need fabric for the lining and also fabric for the outer layer. I bought this cute print from 852 Fabric in Hong Kong. Remove the selvage and cut out the 2 rectangles needed. You'll also need pieces for the binding, and the piece for the loops or tabs is optional. To give the pouch a puffier look, I'm using Belizeline H640. It's a fusible fleece with the glue dots on one side. You can also just use a heavyweight, non-woven, fusible interfacing. With the glue side up, place the wrong side of the main fabric on top, cut out the same size, and press together. Flip the lining over with wrong side up and center the template on top. Use a vanishing ink pen or a heat erasable pen to carefully trace around and mark the 2 center notches. Put right sides together with the lining on top, match all the edges, and clip all around. Place the tab piece with wrong side up, fold in half lengthwise matching the edges, and press the fold in the center. Open up, fold the outer edges to the center, leaving a small gap in the middle. Press, then fold in half again, matching the folded edges. Press again, and then clip if you need to. I'm using the Juki TL-2010Q sewing machine. The link for this and the tools I use are down in the description below. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, click the link for Echidna Sewing and Juki Junkies for North America. Top stitch both sides of the tab piece 1/16 of an inch from the edge. No need to back tack. Once done, fold in half and cut into 2 pieces. To sew the pouch, we start by back tacking at this corner and we'll be stitching right on the outline. Take your time around these tight curves. Lift your presser foot every couple of stitches to rotate your fabric. When you finish sewing the second curve, stop at this corner and back tack. We'll skip over the middle sections and stitch the other side with the curves, back tacking at the start and finish. I'm using my favorite Kai embroidery scissors to trim. First, we'll cut away these middle sections, cutting right on the line, making sure not to cut any of the stitches. Cut the tiny center notch through all the layers, and then repeat on the other side. Now for the 2 sides, trim the seam allowance down to 1/8 of an inch all around. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and leave a comment below. As always, I'd love to know where in the world you're watching from. Turn the pouch right side out and push out all the seams. You can use a tool like a harrow marker or a point turner to help you get nice smooth curves. Adjust the seams so that they're right in the center and press both sides. Fold the pouch in half and mark the centers of both sides on the outer fabric. For this pouch, I'm using size 3 zipper tape with plastic coil teeth. With right sides together, place the end of the zipper tape half an inch past that inner edge of the pouch and clip in place. Carefully match the edge of the zipper tape with the edge of the pouch and clip all around. When you get close to the end, flip over and cut the zipper tape half an inch past the edge of the fabric. To attach the zipper, I'm using a different method this time. Instead of stitching close to the teeth, we'll be stitching close to the edge of the zipper tape. Stitch 1/8 of an inch from the edge, backtacking at the start and finish. At the corners, use a tool like a stiletto or an awl to help you keep the edge of the zipper tape in line with the edge of the pouch. It's important to keep a very narrow seam. You may also find it easier to sew the zipper tape on without using any clips. Next, find the mark on the center of the pouch. Turn the other side of the zipper tape to the right side and mark the center. At each end of the zipper tape, make a mark where the edge of the fabric should be. Match the center of the zipper tape to the other side of the pouch and clip in place. Then separate the zipper tape, clip in place, and stitch the other side. Take one of the tab pieces, fold in half, center it onto the notch matching all the edges. Keep the tab nice and straight, stitch 1/8 of an inch from the edge to hold in place, and then repeat on the other side. These tabs are optional, but it does make it easier to open and close the pouch. You can also add a key ring onto it. Fold the pouch in half with the lining together, match the inner edges, and check if the ends of the zipper tape are even. Just trim them if they're not. Fold and bring the inner edges of the pouch together so that the ends of the zipper tape are even. Then put a weight on top to hold it in place. I'm using 2 number 3 zipper sliders with a long pull. With the top side of the slider facing up, insert both sides of the tape halfway in. Check that the ends of the zipper tape are even, then gently push and pull the slider up. Then repeat on the other side with the second slider. Close the zipper from both ends, then check in the center that the zipper teeth are neat and flat. If there's a bump in the middle, it means that the tape wasn't even when you put on the slider. You'll just have to remove it and redo it. Open up the zipper just past the corners, then hold on to the ends so they don't come apart and flip inside out. Fold right at the corners and match the edges going across. Check that the zipper teeth are centered right in the middle of the tab or on the notch. The finished edges of the seam should be folded in towards the center, with the edge of the zipper tape folded in as well. There should just be a small gap in between. Clip in place and repeat on the other side. Stitch both ends straight across 1/4 of an inch from the edge to hold everything in place. No need to backtack. So the edges of the zip tape should be folded in when sewn. Trim away the extra tape from both ends. With the right side up, take one of the binding pieces and center it under the end of the pouch. Stitch just to the left of that first row of stitching, backtacking at the start and finish. Push and fold that binding up along that seam. On one end, fold down the binding tight against the seam and crease it straight across. Now fold the outer edge of the binding so that it meets up with the edge of the pouch, then fold it again so that it just covers the stitch line and clip it in place. Then repeat on the other side. Be sure to poke in the raw edges on each side so they don't show, and then edge stitch across that fold, backtacking at the start and finish, and repeat on the other side. Push all the corners in and turn right side out. This pouch opens up really flat and wide so you can see everything inside. And it easily holds 24 pencils. I really like how the zipper pops out and that the pouch is really skinny. Make sure to check out some of my other bag and pouch tutorials. Thanks again for watching. Take care and happy sewing!